the dragon awakens. With a newfound vigor and determination, China is setting its sights on the vast, open seas. This is not just a fleeting moment of ambition, but a calculated and strategic move that has been years in the making. Its eyes, fixed on the horizon, gleam with ambition. The Chinese Navy, once a modest force, is now a formidable presence equipped with state-of-the-art technology and advanced weaponry. The radar and sensors on these ships are a testament to the nation's commitment to modernizing its fleet. China's naval expansion is no longer a whisper in the corridors of power, but a bold declaration of intent. The sight of the Chinese fleet in formation, moving with precision and purpose, sends a clear message to the world. China is here to stay, and it is ready to assert its influence on the global stage. But a roar that echoes across the Pacific. The vast expanse of the ocean is now a theater for China's growing naval prowess. Each ship, each maneuver is a demonstration of the nation's resolve to protect its interests and expand its reach. This is not merely about projecting strength, but about fundamentally reshaping the global order. The launch of fighter jets from Chinese aircraft carriers and the rigorous naval exercises are clear indicators of a nation preparing for any eventuality, ready to defend its sovereignty and assert its dominance. But about fundamentally reshaping the global order. The strategic waterways, once dominated by other naval powers, are now witnessing the steady and determined passage of Chinese warships. These routes are not just lines on a map. They are lifelines of trade, influence, and power. China's warships are not just tools of war. They are symbols of a nation determined to reclaim its place on the world stage. The sailors aboard these ships are not just military personnel, they are the vanguard of a new era, representing a nation that is no longer content to be a mere observer in global affairs. They are symbols of a nation determined to reclaim its place on the world stage. The presence of the Chinese president inspecting the fleet underscores the importance of this naval buildup. It is a national priority, a statement of intent, and a vision for the future. The world watches with bated breath. International news outlets are abuzz with discussions and analyses, while global leaders convene at summits to address the implications of China's naval rise. The geopolitical landscape is shifting and everyone is keenly aware of the potential ramifications. Will this resurgence lead to peace or to conflict? The diplomatic corridors are filled with tension as nations grapple with the reality of a resurgent China. Naval standoffs and strategic posturing are becoming more frequent, raising questions about the future of international relations. The answer, like the depths of the ocean itself, remains shrouded in uncertainty. The vast and mysterious ocean mirrors the uncertainty that surrounds China's naval ambitions. What lies beneath the surface is unknown, and the world can only speculate about the true intentions and future actions of this rising power. One thing is clear, the balance of power is shifting, and the consequences will be felt far beyond the shores of the East China Sea. Alliances are being tested and new partnerships are forming as nations respond to China's growing influence. The ripple effects of this shift will be felt across continents and oceans, and the consequences will be felt far beyond the shores of the East China Sea. The East China Sea, once a relatively quiet region, is now a focal point of military activity and strategic importance. Coastal defenses are being bolstered, and naval patrols are becoming more frequent. The stakes are incredibly high. The tension is palpable, as military personnel and diplomats alike navigate this complex and high-stakes environment. Every decision, every move, carries significant weight and potential consequences. The future of Taiwan, a vibrant democracy of 23 million people, hangs in the balance. Taiwan, with its strategic location and democratic values, is at the heart of this geopolitical struggle. The island's future is uncertain, and its fate will have far-reaching implications for the region and the world. The United States, long the dominant naval power in the region, faces its most significant challenge in decades. The presence of U.S. aircraft carriers and joint military exercises with Taiwan are clear signals of America's commitment to maintaining its influence and supporting its allies in the face of China's rise. The world holds its breath, waiting to see how this high-stakes game of naval chess will unfold. The strategic maneuvers, the alliances, and the confrontations are all part of a larger game, one that will determine the future balance of power in the region and beyond. To understand China's current naval ambitions, we must look back at its historical milestones. From the early 20th century when China began modernizing its navy to the pivotal moments of the Cold War, each event has shaped its current strategy. The lessons learned from past conflicts and the desire to never again be vulnerable have driven China's relentless pursuit of naval supremacy. The Sino-Japanese War and the subsequent conflicts highlighted the importance of a strong navy for national defense. In the 1980s, China began a significant overhaul of its naval capabilities, focusing on indigenous shipbuilding and technological advancements. These efforts laid the foundation for the modern, powerful fleet we see today. Key events, such as the 1996 Taiwan Strait crisis, underscored the need for a robust naval presence to protect China's interests. The crisis served as a wake-up call, leading to accelerated investments in naval technology and infrastructure. Today, China's naval strategy is a blend of historical lessons and modern ambitions, aimed at securing its place as a dominant maritime power. From the shipyards of Shanghai emerges a behemoth, the Type 076 Sichuan. This isn't just another warship, it's a statement. A 40,000-ton marvel of engineering, the Sichuan is China's most advanced amphibious assault ship. It boasts a fearsome array of weaponry, including electromagnetic catapults capable of launching fixed-wing aircraft and swarms of deadly drones. Imagine a vessel bristling with cutting-edge technology, its deck alive with the roar of fighter jets taking flight. The Sichuan isn't just designed to transport troops, it's a mobile airbase, capable of projecting power far beyond China's shores. This isn't about defense, it's about dominance. The Sichuan sends a clear message. China is done playing catch-up. It's now building warships that rival and even surpass those of the United States. This is a game-changer, a clear sign that China is serious about challenging American naval supremacy in the Pacific. According to naval expert Dr. Li Wei, the Type 076 Sichuan represents a significant leap in China's naval capabilities. Dr. Wei emphasizes that this ship could alter the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region, posing new challenges for regional security. Global security analyst Jane Thompson adds that the Sichuan's capabilities could have far-reaching implications for global naval power dynamics. As China continues to expand its naval reach, the Type 076 Sichuan stands as a testament to its growing ambitions and strategic prowess. The island of Taiwan, a beacon of democracy and freedom, has long lived under the shadow of China's ambitions. For decades, Taiwan has stood as a symbol of resilience and independence, maintaining its own government, economy, and way of life, despite the looming presence of its powerful neighbor. The people of Taiwan have built a vibrant society, rich in culture and innovation, all while knowing that their sovereignty is constantly under threat. Now, with the launch of the Sichuan and other advanced warships, that shadow has grown darker. China's military capabilities have expanded rapidly, showcasing their naval prowess and technological advancements. These developments are not just for show, they signal a clear and present danger to Taiwan's security and stability. The question is no longer if China has the capability to invade Taiwan, but when and how devastating such an attack would be. Military exercises conducted by China are becoming more frequent and more sophisticated, involving thousands of troops, advanced weaponry, and coordinated strategies that leave little doubt about their intentions. The Taiwan Strait, a narrow stretch of water separating mainland China from Taiwan, has become a focal point of global anxiety. This strategic waterway is not just a geographical boundary, but a flashpoint that could ignite a larger conflict. The strait is heavily patrolled, and any miscalculation or provocation could lead to a rapid escalation. Military analysts scrutinize satellite images, searching for telltale signs of a buildup of Chinese forces. They look for patterns, movements, and changes in infrastructure that might indicate preparations for an invasion. The stakes are incredibly high, and the margin for error is slim. Every naval exercise, every fiery statement from Beijing ratchets up the tension. The rhetoric from Chinese officials is often aggressive, emphasizing their claim over Taiwan and their willingness to use force if necessary. These declarations are not taken lightly by the international community, which watches with bated breath. The implications of a Chinese invasion of Taiwan are staggering. Such an event would not only affect the region but have global repercussions. Taiwan's strategic importance, both economically and politically, means that any conflict would likely draw in other major powers, potentially leading to a broader and more devastating war. It would be a humanitarian catastrophe, a conflict that could draw in other major powers, and potentially spiral into a wider regional war. The human cost would be immense, with countless lives disrupted or lost, and the region plunged into chaos. The international community would face a massive humanitarian crisis, with refugees, displaced persons, and the need for extensive aid and reconstruction efforts. The world watches, hoping for a peaceful resolution, but bracing for the possibility of conflict. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing, with leaders from around the globe urging restraint and dialogue. However, the situation remains precarious, and the potential for missteps or miscalculations keeps everyone on edge. The hope is that through diplomacy and international pressure, a peaceful solution can be found, averting a crisis that could have far-reaching consequences. An invasion of Taiwan wouldn't be easy. The Taiwan Strait, while narrow, presents formidable challenges for any invading force. China knows this, and it's been preparing for a potential amphibious assault for decades. The recent construction of specialized barges, capable of landing tanks and troops directly onto beaches, is a chilling indication of their intentions. Imagine a vast armada of ships stretching as far as the eye can see, bearing down on the shores of Taiwan. These aren't just warships, they're floating fortresses designed to disgorge thousands of troops and armored vehicles in a coordinated assault. The sheer scale of such an operation is mind-boggling. This isn't just a military exercise, it's a calculated display of force, a message to Taiwan and the world that China is prepared to use all means necessary to achieve its goals. The world watches, holding its breath, hoping that cooler heads will prevail. The tension is palpable, the stakes higher than ever. As the world stands on the brink, the future remains uncertain. The United States, long the guarantor of security in the Pacific, has watched China's naval expansion with growing concern. Over the past decade, China has significantly increased its naval capabilities, launching new warships at an unprecedented rate. This rapid expansion has not gone unnoticed by the US and its allies, who view it as a potential threat to the balance of power in the region. In response, the US Navy has stepped up its presence in the region, deploying multiple aircraft carrier strike groups to the Western Pacific. These deployments are part of a broader strategy to reassure allies and deter potential adversaries. The sight of these massive ships patrolling the waters serves as a powerful reminder of America's commitment to maintaining peace and stability in the region. These are not mere courtesy calls. They are a clear signal to Beijing that America will not stand idly by as China seeks to upend the regional order. The US Navy's maneuvers are carefully calculated to demonstrate strength without escalating tensions unnecessarily. Each movement, each exercise is a message to China and the world that the US is prepared to defend its interests. The USS Abraham Lincoln, USS George Washington, and USS Carl Vinson, these are not just names on a map, they are the spearheads of American naval power. Each of these carriers is a floating fortress, capable of projecting power across vast distances and supporting a wide range of military operations. They are 100,000-ton symbols of American military might. These carriers are equipped with the latest technology and can carry dozens of aircraft, making them formidable opponents in any conflict. Their sheer size and capability make them a key component of the US's strategy to maintain a free and open Indo-Pacific. This isn't just a regional dispute, it's a global power struggle with massive consequences. Will Taiwan stand its ground? Will the US intervene? And how far is China willing to go? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.